Electoral reforms. Trump petitioned ahead of 2027 election. Political genocide looming. Comrade Timmy Frank petitioned US President Donald Trump over alleged threats to Nigeria's democracy ahead of the 2027 elections. He accused the ruling party and the Senate leadership of plotting political genocide and manipulating electoral reforms to rig the 2027 elections. Frank urged US intervention, warning that state institutions were being pressured for partisan control and international oversight was needed. Comrade Timmy Frank, former Deputy National Publicity Secretary of the All Progressives Congress (APC) and prominent political activist, has petitioned US President Donald Trump, raising alarms over what he described as a looming threat to Nigeria's democracy ahead of the 2027 general elections. In an open letter dated February 7th, Frank accused Nigeria's ruling party and the National Assembly leadership of scheming to consolidate power through what he termed political genocide, warning that the country could descend into chaos if the alleged manipulations are not checked. Nigeria's general elections scheduled for February 2027 are under serious threat. If current developments are not addressed, they may result in widespread unrest, possible anarchy, and a breakdown of law and order, Frank wrote. Frank claimed that the Senate leadership was actively undermining electoral reforms designed to prevent fraud, singling out a key provision of the Electoral Act 2022, which he said reflected the will of over 80% of Nigerians. The ruling party, working closely with the Nigerian Senate under a highly compromised Senate president, has begun laying the groundwork to manipulate and rig the 2027 general elections, he alleged. He also criticized the conduct of the 2023 presidential election, pointing to low turnout and observer reports. The current president was declared winner with only 36.61% of the total votes cast from an eligible voter population of 93 million. These figures alone raised serious concerns about the credibility of the process, he said. Frank referenced reports by international observers, including the European Union, Election Observation Mission, and the US State Department, which highlighted transparency gaps and operational failures during past elections. The activist urged Trump and US lawmakers to exercise caution in dealing with Nigeria's government. Any blanket endorsement risks legitimizing illegality and oppression in Nigeria, he warned. He also called for potential measures against the Senate president, whom he accused of disenfranchising Nigerians ahead of the 2027 elections. The current Senate president appears determined to use his position to silence opposition voices and disenfranchise Nigerians, Frank said. Frank alleged that the ruling party was pressuring the state institutions, including military, police, and judiciary, to ensure partisan control. The ruling party is actively engaging in what can only be described as political genocide, using intimidation, coercion, and pressure to control the military, police, judiciary, and other institutions of state, he stated. He also criticized the federal government for spending millions of dollars on lobbying firms in Washington, claiming the money was used to launder its international image as opposed to addressing governance failures at home. This administration has spent millions of dollars in hiring lobbyists, not to improve good governance at home, but to launder its international image and avoid accountability, he said. He cited former US Ambassador at Large for International Religious Freedom, Sam Brownback, who reportedly expressed distrust of the Nigerian government. Frank, who serves as ULMWP Ambassador to East Africa and the Middle East and Senior Advisor to the Global Friendship City Association, USA, urged international stakeholders to help safeguard Nigeria's democracy. Continued disregard for these principles may spell disaster for an already fragile nation under the watch of the international community, he said. The group also warned that the decisions could undermine transparency and public confidence ahead of the 2027 general elections. Well, what are your opinions on this? Make sure to leave them in the comments down below, and don't forget to like and subscribe, and make sure to turn on notifications so you can be notified when we upload daily content here on this channel, and make sure to share the video with your family and friends so that they know what is going on and they can give their own opinions on this.